this is Dash, and today I'm going to be using Sammy yet again, and she's dirty again. Darn. Not going to worry about that, but today I'm going to be doing a boneless or a bone-in leg of lamb. Hey yo, this is Dash. Get ready. Alright, so I'm back out at Sammy and I'm gonna go ahead and get her ready. So while I get her ready, I wanted to talk to you guys for a few minutes about some of the things that I do on the grill and why I do them. First thing, we're gonna remove the diverter plate. I'm gonna get the charcoal stirred up in here. And then I'm gonna get more charcoal added. I'm gonna be using one of those fire starters again today. But today I'm going to put it right in the middle. Alright, so I'm back out of the grill and the temperature, as told, we're just over 100 degrees, but I wanted to show you guys something. So, you guys have seen this before. I use a water pan inside of the grill. My big smokers all are water smokers. What the water does is it will help with moisture inside of the grill, and it'll also help reduce the temperature, to help keep the temperature down. The water is a heat sink. Water boils at 212 degrees. So what it'll do is, as you start to see the steam coming off, that'll help with the moisture in the food, help keep the air inside of the grill moist, and it will help prevent things from drying out. Also help keep the temperatures down, and it won't allow runaway fire. So some of you guys are having a problem like with keeping your temperatures down or getting your temperatures lower, add a foil pan with some water in it, and I'm telling you, it'll do wonders for you. So I'm gonna let this grill come up to temperature. You guys saw that little bit of smoke as it was getting started. I'm gonna let this come up to temperature. Once it comes up to temperature, I have a leg of lamb. I didn't show you guys the seasoning part. I apologize, but I tell you, it's just some salt and a rosemary seasoning. I'll show it to you when it comes outside. My kids are home today and they're making a whole bunch of noise inside of the house. So I figure you probably rather deal with the road noise than their noise. My middle son is playing NBA 2K whatever, and then my daughter is watching movies on the Amazon show, not conducive to recording, filming. So I'm gonna let this come up to temperature. I'll be back out here in half an hour or so. Alright, so at this point I have my lamb, I have my water pan in the grill here, and I'm getting ready to get it started. So first step, we need to get the grate. Let's put the grate back on here. Now, if you notice today, my pan is not in the center of the diverter plate. Because of the fact that the lamb is as big as it is, I'm actually going to be sticking it towards the end of the water pan here and then out this way. So I'm hoping that it'll keep the thinner part of the leg without getting it too hot, and we'll go from there. Oh. So I had a glove to put on my hand, but it seems like the leg just busted through the foil. No need for that. All right. So here is the leg of lamb. Again, it's just some salt. I always start and I put the salt as the base. And then this is just some rosemary seasoning. So we're gonna get this down in here. Okay guys, so it's been about an hour, and right now my grill is sitting at just under 250 degrees as told by this thermometer here. I'm going to be using today the Maverick XL50 just because it was the first one I saw. You guys know I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this thing. Ever since they changed the controls from the transmitter, excuse me, the controls from the receiver to the transmitter, it's not been my favorite. And today I'm going to be using, so when I'll show you this. Stick the receiver in my pocket. Now, the XR50 has two different size probes. There's this probe here. This probe is probably about 4 inches, and this probe here is probably about 6 inches long. So the shorter probes are good for smaller pieces of meat. Today I'm going to be using the longer probe, and I wanted to show you guys how exactly I did it. I had some questions about probing meat and other things like that. So if I'm doing something that's boneless, I will try to get the probe tip, just the tip, into the center of the meat, okay? But if I'm doing something that has a bone in it, like this bone-in leg of lamb, and I'm getting steam all over my glasses now. And I'm gonna work quickly, and actually I probably could be good with using the smaller probe, because what I wanna do is I wanna punch this down until I hit the bone, and then once I hit the bone, I'm trying to reach around for the bone. Once I hit the bone, and I was able to use one of the smaller probes, I'm gonna back off just about 1/8 of an inch. So I'm gonna actually do more than one. Trying to find the bone again, and just back it off 1/8 of an inch. All right guys, so I'm back out at the grill, and my wife just got home, and when I showed her the leg of lamb, she's like, can we get it crispy? Sure, I can get it crispy. So we're gonna audible here. So what I'm gonna do, once the lamb gets to about 120, 125 degrees, I'm going to take the diverter plate out, and I'm going to take the water pan out, and then we're going to grill it directly over top of the heat. So once that happens, I'll be back out here. At this point, I'm going to make adjustments to the temperature here, and right now it's at about 110 degrees. So let's go ahead and get this changed. We're changing the temperature down to 125. Set it. We're just gonna do this like it was a steak. If we were doing a reverse sear on a steak, is basically what this works out to be. So, and those changes will propagate to the receiver. Let's see if you can see it change. And you see the changes have propagated. All right, I'll see you guys back out here once this hits 125 degrees. All right, so before this hits 125 degrees, my wife wanted to add some asparagus, so I wrapped it up pretty well, and just some olive oil and some lime cilantro seasoning, I think is what she put on here. So I'm just gonna get it stuck back there, and we're gonna let it cook. Oh, so the lamb, so far we're at 115 degrees, still looking good. I'll be back. Okay, so I hit my 125, and I'm gonna get the lamb off. Let's move this asparagus. So now that I've gone ahead and gotten the lamb directly over the fire, I'm gonna let this go for about 10 or 15 minutes, and we should be about done. Actually, I'm gonna put the underside down first. Now that I think about it, because it was directly over the water pan, it is actually cooler than the top is. Alright, so I just flipped the lamb over, and I'm going to try to temp it real quick. 125 on the underside. So we got that up to temperature. So now what I'm going to do is just watch it for a little bit. Oh, too much air in there. You guys saw that flame come up? I'm going to give it another 3 to 5 minutes, and then I'll flip it over and check the temperature on the side that's closest to the grill. Okay, so it's been another couple minutes. We are definitely getting a good char here. Let me check it really quick. 130. All right, so I'm gonna keep turning it over every 5 minutes or so just to make sure that we don't get one side more overdone than the other. But so far, so good. The temperature is looking good. I mean, the lamb itself is looking good. The temperature is moving right along. It's right where we want it to be. I'll be probably flipping. I flipped the asparagus over in case I didn't make mention of that. And at this point, I'm just gonna, like I said, give it another 5 minutes or so. Then I'll flip it again, check the temperature, flip it again, check the temperature. At this point, it's almost done. A couple more minutes. All right, 135. Oh, it's time to flip it over. We are getting there, almost. Alright guys, so there you have it. Reverse sear on the leg of lamb, bone-in leg of lamb. The asparagus, let's open it up, see what it looks like. Now I'm not going to cut into the leg of lamb yet because I want to let it rest. Everyone is patiently waiting for me to finish this. But the asparagus is money. Very nice and soft. Smells, that cilantro lime seasoning coming off of there smells great. Also have some, my wife is warming up some potatoes, some mashed potatoes we did earlier in the week. So we're getting ready to throw down. Thank you guys so very much, as always, for watching. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. Don't forget to turn the notification bell on to be notified, or so that you can be notified whenever one of these videos goes live. If you like what you saw today, if you learned something, please give me a thumbs up down below. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.